You're watching Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LeBear's Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum in Natchitoches. You can follow Sports Shorts Daily by going to our YouTube page, Sports Shorts, hosted by Ronnie Rance, and get our 15-minute weekday video.
Welcome, everybody, to Sports Shorts Radio and Sports Shorts TV, but this is Sports Shorts Daily. I'm Ronnie Rance alongside Tommy Christ, and Sports Shorts Daily, as you can see on the screen, presented by LeBear's Hotel and Casino in Baton Rouge. And TK, 2020 is not disappointed. This week has not disappointed. So much to get to as far as what's going on in the world of sports. The big news in Baton Rouge: UCombo, a 1-2 start by LSU, a game postponed to the end of the season due to COVID, and now Myles Brennan, who's thrown for 300-plus yard games. People are starting feeling good about Myles. They think he's going to be a stud moving forward. Now it's reported he's injured and likely not to play against South Carolina this weekend, and who knows when. He might be out the rest of the year. 2020, we just continue to say it. It can't get any worse, right?
It's mind-boggling the whole year in the sports world and not. And it's now being reported Myles Brennan actually played more than half of that game against Missouri with the torn muscle in his abdomen, which kind of shows me how tough he is. And he, as we talked, Ronnie, he improved each week. Okay, he was a question mark. Nobody knew. He improved. He would not have played against Florida had that game been played. He did not practice Monday. I don't know the status for the rest of the week. Coach O will update that, I'm sure, on his weekly teleconference Wednesday morning, and he'll meet with the media Thursday. He said on his Monday presser, Max Johnson, TJ Finley would get equal reps at practice, and whoever did the best would start, but both would probably play. Then when he was pressed on, hey, when are you going to make a decision, he said it would be fair to let the starter know on Thursday after practice when he has a scheduled meeting with the media, let him and the team know who might start, if both will play or what it might be. Two true freshmen, question mark, certainly. Both came in highly, acclaimed and huge upside. So certainly, as you said, Ronnie, LSU, that glitter of the national championship, the glitter's still there. It's just not sparkling as much with the 1-2 start, the postponement of the Florida game, and now, who knows what's up with Myles Brennan. I personally do not think he will play against South Carolina. 6 o'clock kick Saturday in Tiger Stadium. But, you never know, but I don't think he'll play. I think the fans will see a combination of Johnson, Finley, I don't know what order.
Tommy, I've heard, and we've heard reports over going back to really the last number of months, that Max Johnson did some things that opened up some eyes. I've heard reports that, Max Johnson's looked really good. So based on just a little bit, and nobody really talks about true freshman quarterbacks when you've got a guy who's been there 4 years and you know is going to be the starter. So nobody was really thinking this scenario was going to happen. But just based on the conversation, I would think Max Johnson would get the start at quarterback over Finley. But quite honestly, why not play both? And Tommy, I got to be. There's a weird side of me that's a little bit excited. I know, is that wrong? I'm a little bit excited because normally we don't get to see these guys. This season's a wash. Even with Myles Brennan, we talked about LSU being lucky to be 5-5 or 6-4. That's where they were headed anyway, most likely, because the defense is so atrocious. Well, you take Myles Brennan out of the equation. You're going to be lucky. Obviously, you're not going to do the same thing. You're not going to win 5 or 6 games. So why not just play for the future? This year's a wash anyway. You're not winning a national championship. Everybody gets their year of eligibility back. So it's kind of like it didn't even happen. It's like a practice season, like a scrimmage season. So I'm kind of excited if Myles can't play to see these freshman quarterbacks.
And everybody goes to a bowl game regardless of record. NCAA passed that last week. I'm like you. Let's see what these guys have. Because, I've heard, like you did, some things about Max Johnson, and he impressed. And and nothing against Finley, but Johnson maybe stood out a little bit in the eyes of some people. Let's find out in this mind-boggling 2020, this wash of a season, as you called it. Throw them out there. South Carolina got a pretty good defense. Will Muschamp does a good job. Throw them out there and let's see what happens. And hopefully the fans will realize that they were both playing high school football at this time last year. And let's just see what's going to happen. They're going to make a mistake. and maybe they're going to do something good. And there's no substitute for experience. Nothing could be more valuable to Johnson and or Finley than if they get out there Saturday and learn and have some success, maybe fail and learn from that. And I would bet a Tremonti's world-famous hamburger that Johnson's the starter.
Speaking of Tremonti's, tell us a little bit about what's going on over there. I know it's a special week.
Well, Thursday, October 22, a portion of all the sales will go to the Bust Breast Cancer Foundation. We're going to do some videos tomorrow. We'll be back Thursday morning. Whether you eat something here, you get something to go, a portion of the proceeds are going to the Bust Breast Cancer Foundation. Tremonti's is big on that. You can vote at the women's.org/Bust Breast Cancer. Vote for the Tremonti's bra, raising money. And the other thing, they got a huge sale going on now. We got Buffalo Trace whiskey for $19.99 a bottle. It's flying off the shelf. And Wheatley vodka for all you Bloody Marys Saturday and Sunday. These things are moving. The price is as good as you're going to get. And stock up for the Thanksgiving holidays, the Christmas holidays on this tremendous liquor sale. They've got the daily lunch special, Chairman's Reserve beef. We'll have info in the coming weeks on all the Thanksgiving turkeys, fried, rotisserie, smoked, all the trimmings. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Connect with them on Facebook and Instagram. You won't miss a thing if you do that. The liquor sale, the lunch specials, Chairman's Reserve beef. Good meat ain't cheap. Cheap meat ain't good. That's what's on the back of my T-shirt here at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood.
So LSU's game gets moved to 6 o'clock. So you get a little night game in Tiger Stadium. The fact that Myles Brennan's probably not going to play, maybe that gets some people a little interested. The weather's going to be perfect on Saturday. So hopefully they get a decent crowd. They only had 20,000, could have had 26, 27, first game of the year. They haven't played at home in a while. So no excuse for Tiger fans not to go out there and check it out. You're going to be able to drink liquor in the stadium. There's been a lot of talk, Tommy, the last few weeks about LSU hosting the New Orleans Saints, that the New Orleans Saints might be coming to Baton Rouge, the Tiger Stadium. We now get reports yesterday that the Saints are not going to be playing in Tiger Stadium until possibly after week 11 of the season. They will be in New Orleans, and yes, there will be no fans. Latoya the Destroyer is standing pat, standing firm. What's transpired there?
Well, again, they will play in the Superdome this week. The quick turnaround from the Saturday night game at LSU. You got to clean the stadium. You got to get it ready, even with limited capacity. So, it's just unfortunate that Mayor in New Orleans, she's crushing so many people, so much business, sales tax revenue that the state's missing out. Even to the point where the LHSAA, Eddie Bonine, they're exploring options of not playing the high school state championships late December in the Dome because they don't want to go if they can only have 500 people in the building. So, everybody's heads up on it. I just wish, and the mayor in New Orleans would understand that if everybody else is doing this, why can't New Orleans? I mean, Ronnie, that virus is not that smart. It doesn't know an indoor stadium from an outdoor stadium. It doesn't know to come out at 11 o'clock when the bars close. It's not that smart, okay? They're done fooling people. I understand the caution early when we didn't have a lot of knowledge, but you need to move past that, and people got to live life. And if you get sick, knock on wood, I haven't had the virus, I might get it tomorrow. I'll go get medicine and I'll recover like Nick Saban did, like Donald Trump did, and many, many other friends of mine who had it and have recovered, and now they're doing fine.
Tommy, you mentioned the virus isn't start, talking about bars and all that sort of thing, and live music venues and people like that have been really struggling. And bands have been struggling. A band that I'm good friends with, Parish County Line, they're one of the better bands in the state of Louisiana. They usually play 100 gigs a year or something like that or more, and they haven't been able to play much. But speaking of them, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, Tommy, happen yesterday at the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Celebrity Golf Classic, presented by Relief Windows. And thanks to Brandon Holly and those guys, as well as LeBare's Casino. They were unbelievable. And we had 32 or 33 teams, and we split it into 3 flights. So we had, low handicap golfers were obviously, the lower the total handicap score, you were in flight 1, the middle flight, the third flight. So we called the flights the All-American flight, the All-State flight, and then the All-District flight, is what the third flight was, right? So the third flight winner was a friend of ours, a guy and a guy mentioned with Parish County Line, the manager of Parish County Line, Casey McKenzie. Casey McKenzie, who just started playing golf in March, okay? He has a whole bag full of clubs. Don't know why. Doesn't need it. He uses a driver off of every hole, par 3, par 5, doesn't matter. If he hits it good, you might get 150 carry, maybe, okay? But usually it's a 90-yard pop-up, okay? Then after that, you're looking at putting with a putter the rest of the way. So he really only needs 3 clubs, because sometimes you might go in the sand, right? So 3 clubs is really all he needs. He's like a kitty kit, like one of those little kitty bags or something.
Yeah.
So Ladd, he puts together a team, and I got to give him, he's a great band manager. He's obviously a good golf manager. He, along with Josh Booty, was his celebrity, and they won the all-district flight, and it was his first ever real golf tournament. And so the guy's 1 for 1. He puts together a team. He gets Merit Electrical to sponsor it, and he wins the tournament. And of course, but he wins the 3rd flight, and naturally has run wild with it on social media in the last 24 hours. So expect to see Casey McKenzie at many more golf tournaments moving forward, because now he thinks it's just easy. That's what you always do.
Yeah, and he may never win another one.
May never win another, unless he pencil whips.
I'm happy for him, and I'm sure you appreciate everybody that participated, and it helped get the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame stuff out there. So I'm happy for him. I'm glad he won. We'll see if he can do it again. Anybody can do it once. Can you do it twice, Casey? We need to see a repeat performance.
I tell you, it was great. Deuce McAllister was there playing yesterday. I mean, every time you see Deuce McAllister in person, you're like, how the hell did anybody tackle this guy? I mean, he's just a massive human. Dalton Hilliard was there, and you talk about another great guy who can run right over you. Eric Martin was in the house, who might have a worse swing than Charles Barkley. I mean, it's. Have you ever seen it, TK?
Does Eric still look like a nose guard and not a?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought so. And I got no room to talk, but no, I've come across those guys over the years at golf tournaments or TV shows, radio shows, and I'm glad they were all there. Dalton Hilliard is really a cool guy.
Yeah, Mikey Montauk. Will Harris was there. Will Harris actually donated at the auction the night before his jersey one of his jerseys from the Nationals, and he said it was the first jersey he signed this year because it was his first year with the Nationals, and he said it was the first jersey he'd signed because they had no fans this year. So normally you're signing autographs before or after a game. There's no fans, so he didn't have any autographs to sign, and this was his first one, and so we appreciated Will for donating. Now, Will Clark was there as well, one of the greatest swings ever. That was really cool. You mentioned the Louisiana High School State Championships not being played in the Dome unless the mayor changes the fan policy. I don't think she's going to change the fan policy, so they've got to find another home. Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, Raging Cajun Field over in UL Lafayette. You want to go where there's turf because you're going to be playing multiple games in multiple days. And probably you want to be in South Louisiana, not Shreveport, because your population base is kind of down that way.
I think Cajun Field would be a great choice, and get some fans in there. It's easy to get to Lafayette. Obviously, it's right off the interstate for whatever team has to travel, especially those Friday teams, that might have that early game Friday. I think that'd be a great choice. Tulane's, Ullman Stadium would also be good because you hit the key point. You want some turf. We don't know what the weather's going to look like December 26th through 28th. That way, if you got some rain or some sleet or whatever, you can still go ahead and play football and not worry about tearing up a field, and you can play the multiple games. The
other thing, Tommy, is if you're not going to play in the Dome, do you really have to play those goofy times? Why not why not play some games in Lafayette and some games at Ullman and Tulane? Maybe you
play Thursday night, Friday night, and get away from that 11, 12 o'clock.
Right.
That's a great point. You need to call Eddie Bonine with that.
World Series is starting. The Los Angeles Dodgers are in the World Series. They were the favorite. They have amazing comeback. They almost had 2 amazing comebacks. Imagine if you had the Dodgers and Astros, who both were down big in their series, playing in the World Series, which is what everybody wanted. That would have been the best TV ratings. But the Dodgers have been the best team all year. They deserve to be in the World Series. But they actually played in front of fans in Dallas, in Arlington. Tampa, on the other hand, who's the Cinderella story, second time in their franchise history, they're in the World Series. They came through the San Diego regional, if you will. They played in front of no fans. They dogpile and there's no fans. So There's going to be 11,000 fans at the World Series for all 7 games in Texas. Does that play a factor at all? The fact that the Dodgers have played in front of fans and the Rays didn't?
I don't think it does because, Ronnie, it's the World Series. Every baseball player dreams of playing in a World Series. Even in this shortened season, it's the World Series. Everything else becomes secondary. They'd play in the parking lot here at Tremonti's if they had to. It's the World Series. So I don't think you read anything into that. Excuses. Don't make excuses. Just go out there. It's a best of 7. We're going to get a true test of who's playing the best baseball, the Rays or the Dodgers. I'm looking forward to it. I want to watch some baseball. Major League Baseball, when they did the 60-game schedule and the restart, their goal was to have the postseason, the playoffs, and get that TV money in. They ain't worried about the 11,000 fans. Well, with a few hiccups along the way and bumps in the road, they made it. And now you got the World Series in Arlington. They close the roof if they need to. And, you're going to have a best of 7 Thursday, and Monday would be days off. People can go check the full schedule. But game 1 Tuesday, game 2 Wednesday. Dodgers will be the home team batting-wise for those 2 games. Teams won't flip dugouts, but they will. The Rays will be the home team games 3, 4, and 5. I'm excited about it. To answer your question, I don't think it matters if there's 11,000 fans, 1,000, or if the stadium was full with 50,000 people. It's the World Series. Every baseball player's dream, including yours and mine. Now, you won some college World Series, but you'd have still like to have been in the Major League Baseball World Series.
I'll tell you, this is the kind of year where for Tampa, right, the perfect storm. They don't usually play in front of fans anyway in Tampa. Nobody cares in Tampa anyway. And so, the Rays have benefited by the no fans because, if they had to go on the road and play in front of a hostile crowd and all that, and then heck, a home series for Tampa, you got half the stadiums pulling for the visiting team. So, this was like, this was almost like fall baseball with no fans. And so they were able to just sneak under the radar.
Well, and again, the no fans thing. Coach Orgeron talked about it. You got to create your own energy. That's what he wanted his LSU football team to do. Well, baseball, the Rays and the Dodgers got to create their own energy, but it's got to be there. This is the World Series, the world champion, what every kid dreams of. I'm being repetitive, but so I think they'll create their energy, and I think it'll be just fine. I'm looking forward to the World Series.
Well, I'll tell you this also, it'll be a home advantage for the Dodgers. One, they played there, they've been there already for a week plus. Clayton Kershaw is from there. LA is a quick flight to Dallas. They got the bigger fan base. Nobody cares about the Rays outside of family and friends of the players. So, it's just going to be a heavy Dodger fan base.
Ronnie, before the season started, when I said the Dodgers would win it all, they were the best team on paper as I viewed it. My World Series prediction is the Rays in 7 games. I think they've got the pitching. Wow. They got an advantage in the bullpen. They got a better bullpen than the Dodgers. And they, all these teams' pitching staffs have been taxed through the playoffs. And now you got a couple of days off. But the bullpen will be the difference, in my opinion. I like both teams. I like both managers. I like players on both teams. But I think when I study it, the bullpen advantage of the Rays, I think the Rays win in 7 games. Tampa Bay. Hey, the Lightning won the NHL. Tom Brady's got the Bucks going. Might be a good time to be in Tampa.
This is a chance, though, for Clayton Kershaw to just shut everybody up, right? We've heard so much about his struggles in the postseason. He had a couple good ones earlier, had a bad one late. As far as, this year's concerned in postseason. If he wins the World Series and he goes out there and he has 2 good performances, it doesn't even matter, really. Just go get you 2 starts, have them win. If they win the World Series, this is a chance for all of that talk to go by the wayside. He will have won a World Series. He will have been the guy on the team, to do it. He would have done it in his hometown of Dallas. So, I think there's some juice there. I believe in Clayton Kershaw. I don't think you judge him on 10 starts when he's done 1,000 other starts. And I think he's got something to prove. I don't know if I'm thinking with my heart because I don't really like the Dodgers. I just like Clayton Kershaw, and I think the Dodgers will win. I think what they did, showing their heart and offensively how they've gotten it going, I think the Dodgers win it.
Well, and he'll throw tonight. He'll throw game 1. And, that is a big storyline. But you're right. If he performs well and or the Dodgers win the World Series, he'll quiet down a lot of that other talk.
All right, he's Tommy Krysan. I'm Ronnie Rand, Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LaBear's Casino. Hope everybody has a good one. TK and I will be back on with you on Thursday. Don't forget, go buy Tremonti's meat and seafood all week long. And on Thursday's a very special day. Percentage of all profits are going to be benefiting the Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Society and everything that's going on there. Tommy will have plenty more info for you on Thursday. TK, have a good one, and good luck on the golf course today.
Thank you, Ronnie. Have a good day.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for watching Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LaBear's Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum in Natchitoches. Don't forget to follow Sports Shorts on Facebook, Twitter at sports_shorts, and check us out on Saturday mornings from 10 to noon at Sports Shorts Radio on 104.5, 104.9 ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge.